Welcome to the PHNX Coyotes postgame show, brought to you by the one and only DraftKings Sportsbook app, America's top-rated sportsbook. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe wherever you get your podcast, and leave us a 5-star review. And if you're watching on YouTube, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Welcome to another session of Pack Therapy with Leah and Petey. Here we are again. Woo!
Here we go again. At least this time we're going to talk about hockey today. Like last time. And Leah got to eat today too.
I did. People already in the comments before the show started were asking me if I ate. So thank you. Thank you. Yeah,
there you go. There you go.
Thank you for looking out for me, everyone.
Inquiring minds want to know.
It's fun. We should start like hanging out in the YouTube chat before the game ends, I think. Right, everyone?
Sure.
Petey's like,
sure.
YouTube chat? What's that?
Yeah, let's do that.
I don't know, more technology that I have
fun.
to learn.
That sounds fun.
Oh my God. Let's see. Nick said, thought they gave everything they possibly could against a really good team that gives zero time and space. Puck line win. And a decently played game, I'll take it. Well, it didn't feel like that in the beginning. Like after the first period, I was like, oh God, it's going to be a Wheel of Fantasy night. And it turned out
even the
fine.
first period, it was 1 minute. Like it really,
no, it's
10
seconds.
If you look at the statistics in this game, it's a pretty even hockey game, right?
Yeah, shots even. Well, let's pull up the numbers, actually. Let's just do that. Shots even.
Shots are even.
20.
They're the power plays. 1 for 5, 1 for 4. Each team gets a power play goal. Face-offs, Coyotes the slight edge there.
Coyotes had the edge the entire game. After the first period, it was like 70-30. It was crazy. Coyotes.
But the shots on goal, 23-23. The Florida Panthers are one of the highest shooting teams in the league, averaging over 30 shots a game. Great. They held them to 23. You're going, okay, you might be in this. And it's just one lapse over 10 seconds that they give up 2 goals, and the game's over.
Yep. It's really a bummer.
It is a bummer, and it's too bad. And it's talking about, you can't make those little mistakes, especially against really, really good teams. And the Florida Panthers are a good team. They're a team that could contend for the Stanley Cup. They're quick, but I didn't see their speed a whole lot against the Coyotes. The Coyotes were able to contain their speed, and you limited them to 23 shots. Honestly, it was a pretty even game.
Yeah.
You just can't make mistakes.
Yeah, and they sure did. I forgot on that graphic your side count. Only 4 sides tonight.
I know.
The line was set at 10.5.
Line was set at 10.5. The sideline was set early.
By the way, this is Aaron's already in the comments. This is Aaron. This is our first time not with Aaron.
Yeah, Aaron, this is it.
In a while. And Sean already said, I'm out of here. I'm just kidding. He's just gone for a week.
Yeah, so our new producer, how does that work? You get a new job and you take a vacation right away your first week?
So we're stuck.
I didn't know that was
Shane.
a
I'm
thing.
Just kidding, Shane.
I wish somebody had told me that was a thing when I got hired. I would have taken a week or 2 off.
Oh my gosh.
Well, I was concerned for this Florida team coming in, and we talked about, I saw articles and things online. Oh, the Coyotes are well rested. It's hard to take 3 days off the ice. And I mean, between games, I know they skated and practiced, but you get in that rhythm of playing games, and now you're away from it, and you're at home, and it's Christmas time. So you're getting distracted by, well, when are the in-laws coming? What do we got our presents? I tell you what, they'd have been better off being on the road. And I said it today that first 10 minutes is going to be the difference of the game. They can't start sleepy. And I don't think they showed up the first 10. And that's when they gave up the 2 goals. By the 10-minute mark, it's 2-0.
Yeah. Well, there were a few positives, but the one goal the Coyotes did have, a lot of facts about this goal. So it was Phil Kessel on the power play. Hayton's first career power play assist.
Is that a true story?
There's a little stat for you. Phil Kessel extended his current point streak to 4 games, which ties his season high. And that's the first power play goal for the Coyotes since November 16th versus St. Louis.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
Straight from Craig's Twitter.
Leah, you gotta just lie one time.
Well, honestly, if Craig said it though, it must be true, right? But that's just it. When we said this could have been worse, honestly, I was expecting the Florida Panthers to roll tonight. Like offensively, they are so fast and so dominating. I was expecting more odd man rushes. I was expecting Wedgwood to have to stand on his head, and it just never felt like that tonight. So for the Coyotes, they were in this game, and I know it was a 2-goal game, and they pulled their goalie, had a couple of looks at the end. I thought Phil had a lot of good looks, and we talked about Schmaltz coming back. Schmaltz was a factor tonight. I mean, drew penalties. I
Yeah.
thought he was moving pretty good for
Yeah.
a guy that hasn't played in
I
18
agree.
games.
I agree. He drew 2 penalties in the game. He had a shot opportunity right there at the end. So great to see him back in the lineup. And Jay Beagle as well was back. Larson was moved to the IR, so that's a bit of a bummer. But just to get some of that other center depth back, the Coyotes sure can use it. I'm curious, and it's already been said that Wedgwood and Vermelka were going to split the weekend with Wedgwood starting tonight. How did you think his play was overall?
You know, if he saw it, he stopped it. I think on that first goal, there was, I know they gave it to Hornquist, so clearly the attacking player didn't get a stick on it. That's a tough play on that 2-on-1. Maybe he would like to have that one back. The second one he doesn't see. Yeah. So I think he was solid. I mean, again, I don't think Florida had the offensive push that I was expecting. So I don't know if he had to make any fantastic saves. Like early when Wedgie got claimed off of waivers, you're like, oh my goodness. Like some of the saves he was making were unbelievable. He was okay. He was good. Like he kept him in it. He was in the game. I don't think it was one of his more dominating performances. We'll see where Veggie is. Veggie struggled at home. Veggie's been great on the road. We got to play at home tomorrow against Philly, another team that's playing right now, and it was 2-2 last we looked in Vegas.
Still 2-2 end of the second in Vegas. So they're also, it's both teams kind of even playing field. It's second night of a back-to-back. Differences, Philly has to travel here, not far. They've had a fascinating week as well with a coaching change. So,
and Tim brought up a good point. I mean, it was 10 minutes of I wish they played better hockey, but one, the bills are paid, right? Which is exciting. It's a big deal.
I want to know. I really want to know if, because the other night during our show where we were talking about this, people were saying they were going to bring signs to the game, like pay your bills, pay your taxes. Did that happen? Did anyone have a sign? If you were at the game, please report back. Was anyone there with a sign about paying bills? I need to know.
And not only are they paid now, hopefully we can stop talking about it for a little bit at least. I mean, it has dominated the news cycles for the last 48 hours about where are the Coyotes going. They were never going to get kicked out of this building. Sorry. Like Gary Bettman was going to pay the bills if the Coyotes didn't. Like the league was never going to let there not be hockey on December 23rd.
Yes.
There's no chance.
Yes.
So that is now passed. They're all caught up. Everybody's happy. And we brought up Gary Bettman. Should we go there?
Do you want?
Too early?
No, we can go there since you brought it up. Well, thank God for Gary Bettman. As Coyotes fans, I do have to say we joked that Gary Bettman should be our DraftKings King of the Week or something like that because, wow. And he came out. Was that today? That clip?
Yeah, this morning.
He came out.
Board of Governors.
And he's honestly the biggest proponent of hockey here in Arizona, more than anyone. And thank God he's on the Coyotes side. And here's what he had to say today.
There's no issue with the Arizona Coyotes. It's clear that the city of Glendale has either an agenda or an edge in the way they're dealing with the Coyotes. I think there was miscommunication. All of the outstanding obligations have been brought current. How that happened, again, was a long story and a miscommunication, but it's been taken care of. And I know that Alex Morello is committed to Arizona and is working on a plan for a new arena, which is probably what's agitating the city of Glendale. The new arena would be in a place where I think everybody would find it much more accessible and would improve the short-term and long-term fortunes of the club. Again, it'll take a couple of years to build, and the fact that the city of Glendale wouldn't want the club to remain in their building on an interim basis speaks volumes about the way they're approaching this. But we can deal with all that. Alex is committed. Alex has the resources, and Coyotes aren't going anywhere. They're going somewhere else other than Glendale, but they're not leaving the greater Phoenix area.
Wow, thank God for Gary.
But honestly, and I hope not only Coyotes fans, but I hope hockey fans around North America can go, okay, we're past this now. Now, let's not talk about Houston and Quebec. We're done. They're staying. They're staying in Arizona. They're staying in Glendale for the short term, and they're staying here. Okay, let's move on. Let's talk about something else.
Yeah,
right?
And I think that after all that Gary has done for Coyotes fans over the years, he might deserve a statue outside.
There he is. The Gary Bettman statue.
This is what our art director here at PHNX has designed for us outside of the renderings of the new Tempe,
Arena.
The Gary Bettman Coyotes Savior statue on the corners of Quebec and Houston Avenue and Shandong Way. Sing it with me, folks.
I am all in. And you know what? It's not the first time that Gary Bettman has come to the rescue here in Arizona. So I know he gets booed everywhere he goes, and every time he steps on the ice, they boo him. But if not for Gary Bettman...
Listen, if the Coyotes ever win the Stanley Cup one day down the road, like, the Coyotes fans have to cheer for Gary Bettman.
I think so.
Cheer for a dead guy?
Oh, too soon.
Oh my God.
Or not soon enough. I'm not sure. It's just, you know, it's a topic that comes up here way too often. We talk about it way too much about the Coyotes moving. It's been going on and on for 20 years. I hope at some point, and let's be hopeful that once this building gets built in Tempe, they move in there, they have some financial stability, that we just put this behind us forever. And this is just it. They play in Tempe, and it'll be 10 years, and they'll have to remodel that, and people will be complaining about that building too. But they'll stay, but they'll just complain about it. And we'll get there too. But let's hope they stay, and we can be finally done with moving. No one talks about Tampa Bay Lightning moving. Florida Panthers aren't moving. Like,
I know.
Let's get to that point.
I know. We'll get there one day.
Okay, I'm done. That was my rant.
He's done. Well, I know Craig, when he comes on a little bit later, he'll have more to say on this, but we'll go back to the game for now. I'm sure Coyotes fans we're all sick of it, but also we want to talk about it. Like, this is pack therapy, okay? We talk about everything. We talk about the game. It's, you know, I'm glad that everyone feels a little bit hopeful about tonight's performance. But I know people ask for this all the time, so we do have a little bit of Petey's puck talk that we can get to.
Oh, we did?
Yeah.
Like, can we do the keys to the game first? Cause it ties into that.
Okay, so Petey had
go back to the game.
Yeah, so Petey had his keys to the game tonight. So you can...
And we talked about no turnovers. We talked about Florida speed, fastest team in the league, can't turn the puck over, and you can't give them odd man rushes against, which was goal number 1. Shake off the cobwebs. Need a fast start. Yeah. Clearly... A boost of energy, Beagle and Schmaltz. I thought Schmaltz was noticeable tonight.
Yeah.
I really thought he was noticeable.
He was.
He drove the net a few times. That's how he drew the penalty. He had a chance late. He had shots on net. Again, it's going to take time to get his hands and his timing back. Beagle, he's not a player they're going to notice like that. You're going to notice in the face-off numbers. You're going to notice more when he kills penalties. So he makes a difference in the game. He just isn't going to show up like Schmaltz does. But what we did from that is now we're going to go into the quick. We'll draw this quick. The PDs draw the game. And this is how you give up odd man rushes against. This is how it happens. You want to create offense. This team needs to create offense, so defensemen need to jump up in the rush, which means the defense will go on offense. Kyle Capobianco is a defenseman. On this play, he joins the rush, and he is one of the Coyotes' offensive players trying to score a goal, so he needs to be there. He's not going to defend now. He needs to be offensive. So that's clip 1. Let's go to the next one. Unfortunately, they missed the net. So the puck missed the net, and now Kyle Capobianco is the last player in the zone. That's a defenseman. When Florida gets the puck, you sure would like to have your both defensemen on the blue line. Unfortunately, they don't. So now you see where Kyle Capobianco is. He is what we call below the Florida player. Means he is closer to the Florida net than he is the Coyote net. I put a circle on Christian Fischer. Christian Fischer is the forward who is now covering for Kyle Capobianco in the defensive position. Fischer is now a defenseman. Okay, so he needs to defend. He has to make a split-second decision when he looks down to see if Kyle Capobianco has the man that's circled. Is Kyle Capobianco able to defend that player? The answer in this situation, to me, is no. He is not above him. He does not have his stick. Christian Fischer cannot go and dive in. So when Christian Fischer dives in to chase the puck, he gets behind and creates a 2-on-1. And if Fischer would have stayed in the lane, it would be a 2-on-2. The defenseman would take one player. Fischer would take the driving player, and the plays ended. Instead, the play ends up as a 2-on-1 in the back of the net. And I'm not faulting Christian Fischer. It's an unbelievably quick decision where he has to look down and see, does Kyle Capobianco, is he able to catch that man? If he is not, I need to stay. If he can catch him, I can go chase the puck. Unfortunately, in that split second, maybe he needed to back off and play that as a 2-on-2 as a defenseman. Unfortunately, that's the first goal of the game. And as we know, off the next face-off, we have a turnover and it's 2-0. So
I
little
could barely
mistakes.
take a full deep breath in
Exactly.
before they were scoring again.
And that's why we talk about mistakes. Little mistakes like that. Just that 1 second read. If Fisher makes a different read, it's a 2-on-2. The play doesn't happen. No goal. Therefore, no face-off at center ice. No second goal. And who knows how the game turns out. And that's why this Coyote team cannot make mistakes in read of the rush or defensive zone coverage because they don't score enough goals to be able to make up for those mistakes.
They scored in, under a minute, which equates to like 1.6 PD size.
Yeah. Touche, Shane.
That's good.
Touche.
That's good. I hope someone's counting the size in the show because I guess that can count toward the 10.5. Besides just the 4 while watching the game.
Yeah.
Aaron was roasting your circle drawing.
I know, but I had freehanded. This isn't high tech here. We're working on the fly here, just to provide people with information.
Yeah.
So we have to do it quickly.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not a techie guy. Circle the thing. Use my finger. Circled it.
It's all good, PD. Well, I guess
Okay, that was a sigh. That was
a good one.
Official.
That was a good one. Well,
Back to the beer.
We had already talked about his power play goal, and just because it was the one goal of the game, we decided to make Phil Kessel our DraftKings king of the game. 1 goal, 6 shots on goal, led the team in shots tonight, or at least the forwards. So good to see Phil continue his point streak.
Elite crown placement, and I will say this.
It's fine.
This is what Phil. Wow, hard. This is what Phil needs to do if he wants to get out of here. Phil's got to score on the power play. If he wants to go to another team, he's got to go in as a power play specialist. He needs to score on the power play. That was a great shot, and you could see it coming. He took a shot earlier in that power play that just missed, and you knew he had picked his spot. He just needed to get the puck. It was a great shot just inside the post.
Go touch some grass, Aaron.
Yeah, Aaron said mediocre crown placement. Thank you.
Wow.
And Spencer said, but Gary, though, Spencer, we thought about doing a joke, Gary, but
I know we did have,
but we
Gary
just had so many things to talk about tonight, so much to get to.
There is a lot to get to.
There really is.
We're not even there yet. We got a lot.
I know.
Busy show.
Did you have anything more to say about the?
No, I just want to talk about Phil Kessel. It was great. Any more about the game or what?
No, just carry on.
If you just want me to talk, I can. Still do that
I know you can.
No, so that's the difference. You make those mistakes. Phil Kessel gets the power play goal, and I thought at that point they were going to be in this hockey game. I mean, they ended 3-1 against one of the best teams in the league, and they were in it right till the final buzzer. We've said it all along. That's all we want. We want to be in the game up until right till the final buzzer.
And even though it was 3-1 after the first, the shots were only 10-8 Florida, and then the shots were even to end the game.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
I'm happy with
even power play opportunities. I mean, I will say I don't think the Coyotes can afford to take as many penalties as they did. There was a ton of time in this game played on special teams. So, you know, as far as playing the Florida Panthers goes,
couldn't agree more.
Could have been a lot worse. Just like the Coyotes tweeted after the third period, could be worse. And then Craig texted us and said that should be the slogan of the Coyotes whole season.
It should be.
There's Aaron's voice living on forever. Do it again.
Are we sure that she's actually going to Oregon? She's
I
not
know.
trapped inside that.
I know. But it is true. This is what Ottawa's idle tonight. Montreal is idle tonight, so we didn't want Coyotes to pick up any points on them. They're right where we want to be, right? An exciting game up till the buzzer. We had good hockey on the ice here. You lose, and you're still in the ping pong ball drawing. That's the plan.
Yeah.
Right? We were talking about Connor Bedard. We keep talking about Shane Wright. Spent a lot of time talking about Shane Wright, who's going to be the number 1 pick in next year's draft. Well, Connor Bedard, who is in the ensuing draft in the following year in 23, he is trying to make the World Junior team for Team Canada right now. They just had a big article on him. He's 16 years old. The last 16-year-old to play? Connor McDavid. Heard of him? Just saying.
And
so keep an eye on that.
Is that good?
2 years away. No big deal. In 2 years, he'll be 18. He'll play in 5, but that's okay.
God. At 16, I had braces and
That's all. And we're counting on him to save the franchise.
That's all I had to say. Yeah. Oh my gosh.
No, it is. it is the plan. And as much as we don't like it, and as much as it is as a fan, it's hard to deal with, this is the plan. Compete and be last.
Well, as much as the Coyotes are in the midst of a rebuild and only have 5 wins on the season, a team that has had a lot of success is the Arizona Cardinals. And I know that for
what that brings up?
Your DraftKings pick of the week, the
DraftKings app pick of the week
Yep.
is Monday Night Football on a national stage on ESPN. It will be our Arizona Cardinals. I'm taking them -2.5 over the Rams here at home in Phoenix, actually in Glendale. Do we have to call? Yeah, in Glendale. But I got the Cards -2.5 Monday Night Football over the Rams. I think Kyler Murray is going to roll them, and if they get that win, guarantee a playoff spot locked in on Week 14. It's a fantastic season for the Cards.
Good pick. You've been pretty good with your picks of the week.
Here, I'm not so good on Shane's bet show. I'm looking at 0 for 10.
I think it's because of my 6'4" intimidating frame, Petey.
I know, you are amazing. If you're not watching the bet show, you honestly should be, because they give you great nuggets on all these football picks. Not so much on the hockey picks, because they ask me, and I'm clearly not good at it.
No, sometimes you guys
Sometimes I'm
do
good.
No, but sometimes they do hockey picks without you.
I do hockey picks. Johnny stays away because he's a scared little man.
That is true.
But it is a good show. Honestly, if you're not watching the bet show and you can't get there at noon because people work, check it out on YouTube.
Or on audio if you want to listen.
And
to
audio on their podcast, because they do give a lot of good information.
Yeah. Well, Petey had also mentioned the Monday night game, and actually PHNX is having a block party at Westgate before the game. So if you guys are all around and want to come hang out, I'll be there. I don't know if Shane will be there, but that's fine.
No, I got a thing. No, I got to produce the Sun show, so I can't.
No, it's going to be
Sounds
pretty
like
good.
an
There's a lot going on
yeah,
out there in Glendale.
So the whole as he just mentioned, Johnny will be there. Frank Sanders will be there. Kirsten Cecil will be there. It's going to be a huge, huge block party. Tickets are only like $55. All you can eat, all you can drink. Prizes, giveaways. It's going to be a blast. So please come by. It'll be a lot of fun. And then you can
see Frank's tattoo.
Yeah, see Frank's new tattoo. If you didn't see that, check that out, because that was crazy. Cliff even talked about it this week. Big news. Big week for Arizona sports.
Yeah,
That's all I gotta say.
Arizona sports.
A lot going on. So check out that game on Monday night, and then we can see if Petey's DraftKings pick hits. And you can also just make money on the DraftKings Sportsbook app this week if you just bet $1 on any team to win an NFL game or to score. And if they do, you get $100 in free bets. It's super easy to use, and using that code PHNX when you sign up. As a reminder, that's 21 and over, Arizona only. Gambling problem, call 1-800-NEXT-STEP. New customers only. Eligibility restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for details. Okay, well.
What's the next bet? How long will it take Craig to get on the air? Because he is now in the elevator.
Did he just text that he's in the
He
elevator?
did. He's in the
Well,
elevator.
we can talk Potter.
Well, we can. So right before we went live, we were having a very heated debate about Harry Potter among the three of us.
Which is the best Harry Potter?
Chime in, chat.
I'm a solid the original Harry Potter 1, when we all get to experience the wonder of wizardry through Harry's eyes for the first time.
That's like the unseasoned chicken of Harry Potter movies.
Buddy, that's where it all begins.
What?
It's boring. It's bland.
No, it's where it all begins,
It's a
man.
safe pick.
You find all the wondrous things for the
I would
first
agree
time.
that it's a safe pick, but calling it boring and bland is an affront.
It's a boring and bland pick.
It's where the wonderful adventure
Okay,
begins.
fine.
The movie's not boring.
Okay, well, Shane's pick is Goblet of Fire.
Which is electric. I mean, come on, dragons. Get out of here.
There's
and the hot Swedish girls. Come on.
Wait, is that a thing? I missed that in the book and
Yeah,
the TV show.
The hot Swedish girls that come in on the flying ship.
Nicholas says Prisoner of Azkaban, that's the best movie. By far.
Wow.
Aaron's with me.
But the best book is Half-Blood Prince. And also, I said, well, Goblet of Fire, the movie's not accurate to the book. And Shane said, well, I've never read the book. That's problematic.
It's not.
I literally don't. I'm speechless here. You got to read the books, first of all. Take the time, read the books. It's a world of wonder.
Have you read all the books?
It's a world of wonder. I have.
Okay.
What do you think I read them? I had a kid. I read the books to my kid.
Karen always has it. That's a very boy thing to say, Shane.
Okay,
Karen always has my back.
Can we take
Probably the Swedish girls.
I know.
Well, come on.
As we wait for Craig to make a stop.
We have other stuff to say.
I want to make a stop around the league.
No, well, we can. But do you want to
talk about Mort Harry?
No.
Oh.
Yeah.
You went to the dentist.
We got to talk about that before Craig gets here. Do we got to talk about that?
Or do you want to do it when Craig's
We talk
here?
about the dentist quick before Craig gets here. I'm speechless here. This is an absolute 100% true story. I wore my PHNX shirt to the dentist. He saw it. He said, "What is it?" I told him. He listened to the podcast. Happened to be the one where I took a super chat to swear. He said this isn't family friendly. He was going to play it in his dentist office.
He was really upset about this, by the way. Like,
totally
I just
upset.
want you to know how upset
I was totally upset. So I went to apologize to my dentist, who happens to be the Coyotes team dentist, and we apologized in person before he put sharp tools in my mouth. And here's how the apology went.
This is Steve Peters with PHNX Sports. Today I'm outside Enamored Dentistry in North Scottsdale, right by the Scottsdale Quarter. For those who don't know the story, my dentist, Dr. Melander, the official team dentist of the Arizona Coyotes, learned about PHNX last week and listened to our show. And I got a message back saying not family friendly. So today, before I get my procedure, I'm going to get a chance to apologize to the doc and hope he tunes in again. Let's get inside.
Okay, we're getting ready. He's gonna come in and we're gonna apologize. So we want to do that before he gets the stuff in my mouth. Be back in a second.
Here we are. Dr. Melander is here. I just wanted to apologize in person for using profanity on the air, and I promise I will do my best. I won't be perfect, but I will do my best to stop using profanity in the future and make our show a little more family friendly.
Thank you so much. My 6-month-old will really appreciate that.
Okay, good. I wanted to clear the air and get that all straightened out before you put drills and sharp objects in my mouth. We're all done. I survived, and I just wanted to thank Dr. Melander and all the staff here at Enamored Dentistry up in North Scottsdale for letting me invade their space and have a little fun. There it was. There it was. Fan for life.
Oh my God. I'm sorry. It's just so funny.
Yeah, I'm still working on this whole TV thing. I haven't figured everything out yet. Things are out of focus. I was moving the microphone like
this. You took a selfie stick to the dentist's office.
I thought it was phenomenal.
That's a true story. It was a selfie stick. That was all self-shot.
Oh my
But
God.
now
we need more of Petey out on the town. In
Dr.
Scottsdale.
Melander is, we're all good.
He's
He's all
forgiven.
happy. And if you need a good dentist, he's the official dentist of your Arizona Coyotes.
Can you imagine how good that collab would be if we went out with Petey and filmed it
Oh,
in
yeah.
Old Town?
Petey, please.
Yeah, Petey in Old Town. What are
Please.
they open past 8:30? Buddy.
Please.
What would be
Let's
my
go to
buddy?
Maya at noon.
Buddy and Cy Limit on Petey in Old Town. That just doesn't sound.
Yeah, what if we
Petey
go
in
in
Old
the-
Town? That actually sounds like a good bit.
What if we go in the day?
Petey in Old Town. Yeah, I'm in.
All
Uber.
right.
I got an Uber. the
Everyone,
Get me
everyone,
the Uber.
please send us your suggestions of where we should go.
Okay,
with
before
Petey.
Craig dials in, we better do a quick check around the.
So, someone in the comments, Michael said, leaving the Roadrunners game now, Michelli and Mosier really stand out as a couple of the best players on the ice, and Prosvetov was amazing. Just want to say that the Roadrunners, what's their record since we started doing
3-1
I-10?
since Leah and I went down the I-10.
Just saying.
3-1. Just saying. Difference?
I don't know. They won in a shootout tonight, 5-4. So great to see a victory from the Roadrunners.
And the Sun Devils?
Sun Devils also won 4-3 against Clarkson, who was ranked number 18. So
18
great
in the
win for
country.
them. And Craig is here with more to say on all of it.
All kinds of topics. Craig's coming
all
in
the
now.
topics. It's
Does he think
Craig's
we're not?
calls.
Are we gonna chime in on Harry Potter? Or
Oh, we
no?
can get his Harry Potter take.
We'll start with.
Karen counted another sigh.
Oh shoot, Craig! Before we start, the really important news that we've covered already in the show. What is your favorite Harry Potter movie?
Oh my God.
Of all
We're
the
off the-
there's
we're off
no
the rails,
Coyotes
huh?
news this week, Craig, so we had to fill the time.
We had to fill a bill. So
no
that's,
Coyotes news.
okay, Craig. We've shown the
All right.
shown the Gary Bettman thing. We're happy we're not talking about the building anymore. I know you have some thoughts on how this has been covered around North America for the last 48 hours.
Yeah, well, first of all, the Deathly Hallows. So the final two movies.
Oh,
Wait,
wow.
part one?
So-
Or, okay,
Well,
was
he
that
did
your
it.
favorite book?
I didn't read the books.
Shane didn't either. So part one or part two?
I liked them both, actually.
Okay,
Okay.
lame. Anyway, carry on.
Ha! Wow. Okay. Okay. All right. So back to national coverage. Listen, it's really hard to parachute into a story in another market and try and gain perspective on it, right? To understand all the history of it, all the nuance of it. And I'm not saying that some of the national reporters haven't done a good job. There's news to be covered here, obviously, and there's a fixed story here that deals with the Coyotes' finances right now that needs to be covered. And there's been some good coverage of it nationally. But what it always spirals into is, look at the Coyotes. I mean, God, this is a one-sided story, right? It's all the Coyotes' fault. When I see reports like that, and it really bugs me when I see other outlets that come into the market, or they don't even come into the market. They basically just summarize what everybody else has reported. They haven't done the work themselves, yet they think they're entitled to an opinion and they think they understand the lay of the land. It's really hard to understand this story in particular unless you've been around like you and I have, Petey, for all the chapters of it. There's been an awful toxic relationship between Glendale and the Coyotes for more than a decade now. This is not a one-sided story. There has been a lot going on in this relationship, as we both know, for a very long time. So I think when you come in and you just want to focus on this particular topic of finances, fine. But when you start stretching into the entire narrative, be really careful, because I think very few people out there really understand what this relationship is all about.
And I think that's fair. And I think what we hoped by showing the Gary Bettman clip earlier in the show, what we hoped as people involved in the hockey community here in Arizona is, now let's move past this for now. It's going to be a story. I understand. We'll have to talk about where they're playing next season. I know you're writing more about that in the days to come. But for right now, can we put it behind us and start talking about hockey again?
That's what I really want to do. I'm supposed to be a beat writer. It's really weird having to cover all of this stuff, having to cover city council decisions, government politics, finances obviously are a part of the team. And look, that the Coyotes put themselves in this situation a lot by simply not paying their bills. And this is a pattern. We have obviously seen a pattern of this. So you can't just dismiss it out of hand. And I don't buy the human error thing. I think honestly, I think it's a poorly worded release and a bad way to handle this. This is a pattern. And look, there are vendors out there right now who will tell you, probably off the record, that they haven't been paid either. So this is a problem with this franchise. But again, there's so much more background and history and nuance to this story. If people are going to start diving into all of that, good, do it. Make sure you tell the complete picture rather than just painting this as a one-sided story, because it's not.
Craig, speaking of just wanting to cover hockey, there was a game tonight. What are your thoughts on the game, and what did you hear tonight in the press conferences?
Well, I mean, they obviously gave up the lead early, and it's really hard to play from behind in this league, no matter who you are. And it's especially hard for the Coyotes because they just don't score a lot. And Andre Tourigny thought that they generated a fair amount of scoring chances. But again, I think this team has to generate twice as many as other teams in order to score, because they just don't have the finishers. They don't have the skills. So you're playing Florida, but they're missing Sasha Barkov and Anthony Duclair, two guys who produce for them offensively. So maybe you had a chance if you had come out early and, maybe had the defensive commitment that you needed early in this game. But once you fall behind against a team like this, I thought Florida did a pretty good job of playing with the lead.
Definitely. Although it was a pretty evenly matched in terms of the shot total. So here in the chat, people were, in terms of, we know it's a rebuild, it wasn't the worst game to watch.
Craig, you talk about the Florida Panthers coming into Arizona. This could have been ugly. And you mentioned Barkov and Duclair, and not only two of their more offensive players, two of their faster players. Like this, when they are healthy, this team is a dynamic offensive team. They're fast. They transition better than any team in the league. They are exciting to watch, and I've got them, if not winning the East, they're going to be a team to be reckoned with in the playoffs. So coming out of this 3-1, after 3 days with no games, am I okay with that? I mean, yeah, I thought the Coyotes competed. I thought there were opportunities on the power play. I thought they had some good shots there. I thought Schmaltz even had a couple looks. Keller did. Krause did. Again, they're not scoring, and they need to score, and that's how we said it's so important. They can't make mistakes defensively. But if they can ever straighten out that offensive side of their game, this team's they're staying in games now. This isn't 8-1, 7-2 that we saw earlier in the year.
Well,
so this was a fun game to watch.
It was 7-1 last week.
Okay. I already forgot about that.
Yeah, we already forgot.
And is that 2 goals or fewer in 6 straight games now? They're just not.
First power play goal in how long, Leah?
Yeah, they had 18
it's November
straight
16th.
chances.
Yeah.
Against St. Louis. Yeah, they had 18 straight opportunities without a power play goal. So listen, Andre Tourigny will tell you too that they just haven't had the opportunities in games. And as you know, you get into a rhythm when you have several opportunities. You can get something going on the power play, but when you have 1 or 2 in a game, it's really tough. Now, part of that, of course, is what are the Coyotes doing to draw penalties? They did a little better job of that tonight, I thought, creating situations where Florida was in a situation where they had to take a penalty.
And that started with Schmaltz, too, because Schmaltz was driving the net. So he draws 2, including the one that they get the power play goal on. So I think that's the difference.
Yeah, it was great to see him back in the lineup as well.
And now we got the Flyers coming in tomorrow, and I just checked the scoreboard, and Shane will love this one. Flyers are beating the Golden Knights 4-2 halfway through the third.
Another one. Good. Thank you for making me bet on that. I appreciate you.
I know. I know you missed it, Craig. On the bet show today, I had the Golden Knights over the Philadelphia Flyers, and it's not happening. But the Flyers come in here tomorrow. It'll be their first win if they can hold on to this one with Mike Yeo at the helm. Should set up for a game that's interesting tomorrow. Both coming off the back-to-back, but the Flyers are still playing, and they still have to travel. So it's going to be a late night for the Flyers. Maybe this is one of those ones we can finally give the edge to the hometown Coyotes.
You know what I want to know, Petey? How did the dentist segment go tonight?
It did. It wasn't bad.
The dentist?
Yeah. Leah edited it down great. It was good.
It was hilarious. I was dying.
The request was to have the next PD out on the town in
Old Town.
Have me go to Old Town. I passed on that one.
What are you going to be doing?
I know.
Are we talking like bar hopping or like gallery shopping?
A night on the town. Well, I said a night on the town for me though. It has to be over by 8:30.
So then we said we'll go in the day.
Oh, we go day drinking.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes.
We should bring Craig too.
Twist
It'll
my
be a
arm
good
there.
time.
You're gonna pay me to go day drinking.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
Oh
Work.
Well, Craig, I know another thing that you wanted to mention tonight was Lawson Krause receiving the Shane Doan Good Guy Award.
Yeah, and Petey obviously worked with him closely as well. Look, there have been 2 other guys that won this award, and these 3 personalities are so different, by the way. Brad Richardson was so blunt and so edgy and just a phenomenal chirper. So an entirely different personality than Christian Fischer, who's just this always positive, really talking. You guys know he was on our show. He's fantastic to talk to. And they get Lawson, who's a really quiet guy, but really introspective, really insightful when you actually sit down with him and talk to him. But he's been another guy. I feel like we discovered him just a couple seasons ago when we could still go into the locker room. You start talking to the guy and you're like, wow, this guy's providing incredible insight, and he's always available to the media. So that's a big part of this award. So it was nice to see him win it. It was nice to talk to him. And of course, it was nice to see Butterpick Krause.
Yeah, let's see. We have a picture.
Where is he? There he
is. Look at him. Look at Butter.
Oh, wow.
Did you guys watch the video and hear about his harrowing experience with a scorpion? Butterpick got stung by a scorpion.
No.
Yeah. They were panicked. Lawson said they were driving to the hospital. He had no idea where the 24-hour hospital was. They're basically figuring out on the way, and basically the hospital called him back and said, calm down, he's going to be fine. You can just take him home.
Nice.
Oh, good. Well, we don't want to have
what a dramatic week for the Coyotes in general.
I know.
Yeah, seriously.
Craig, I sincerely hope that we can put at least a part of this story behind us. I know the arena is going to be an ongoing issue. I understand that. But with Gary Bettman's comments saying this team is playing in Arizona, not in Glendale, but in Arizona, hope that puts some people's minds at ease right now.
Well,
and we can start looking at what the opportunities are.
I don't think the story is going away, Petey. Listen, Gary said what he said today, but he let's be honest, he didn't really address the financial stuff. He said it was a long story, but again, this is a pattern, and I think people are going to continue to dig into this. And let's also be honest, Glendale's really handling media well right now. They're masterfully handling the media. They're controlling the narrative right now. Give their city manager a lot of credit for being out there and really articulating their position. I wish the Coyotes would get out there and articulate their position as well instead of releasing poor statements.
Have you heard anything from anyone there, Craig? Like, and I'll be blunt. This is a franchise that their president's out in the media constantly, and he's hungry for those interviews and articles, and he wants his face out there. Have you heard from Javier?
Nope, not on this one. And I wonder if they just don't feel like they can win, based on the optics of the financial situation. Maybe they're right, but it would be nice to hear from them, hear what they have to say on this topic, and we've heard nothing so far.
I think that would help people feel at ease too. And if there's a
Absolutely.
plan, what's the plan? We don't even need excuses. They didn't get paid. We got it. It's paid now. Great. We can move past that, but let's find some kind of a plan on where this team is going to play in 10 months. So we'll see. I'm sure this will all unfold, and I'm sure you'll be right on top of it as it does.
And Craig, what do you have coming up at gophnx.com this weekend?
Well, I have another arena story. Really looking at the other options. We all went out to the Coliseum to see what that was all about, and I wrote about that already. I had planned to run this second arena story the following day, but then other things happened. So so that'll come out on Sunday. So that's what I've got coming on the weekend.
All right.
Look forward to it, Craig.
Yeah, we look forward to it, and we will see you again tomorrow night, same time, same place, post game. After the Flyers, and hopefully it's not pack therapy. Maybe it'll be a little bit of joy, ? Maybe.
Tune in and find out.
We'll see you,
Craig. We'll see you tomorrow.
Well, Craig is the one, like he talked about the national media perspective not having their feet on the ground. Like Craig not only has feet on the ground, he's had his feet on the ground this whole time, and he was writing incredible stuff, doing amazing reporting, and you can access all of that at gophnx.com. And to do so, become a member. There's a lot of amazing perks to being a member. Besides just reading Craig's stories, you can get access to all the written content on the website for all your favorite Arizona sports teams. You can become part of our members-only Discord, get members deals on merchandise. There's just a lot of great perks to becoming a member. So check it out. When you sign up for a year, you get a free shirt. You can wear this one that Petey's wearing. We have our Cody the Coyote shirt in 3 colors, the new design that I know a lot of people are excited about. So a lot of great perks to being a member. And I think now it just seems like we've said again and again, it's like, can the Coyotes just have one season where all we talk about is the on ice stuff? Yeah. It's like, no, we simply can't. So it's been a struggle, but Craig is on the ground doing the work. We're here for you. And
there are other options though, Leah. Yeah. Like if you want to, I know this is tough in here. We do pack therapy. Go watch a Sun show or a Cardinal show, because guess what? They win. So their shows are a little bit more fun than
who's winning the Suns game?
The Suns blew out the Celtics without Booker or Aiden tonight.
There you go.
Look at that.
2 of their starting 5 are out, and they blow out the Celtics.
Look at that. So, you can
another party on the post-game Sun show.
This show. Yeah, if you haven't seen the video, if you weren't here Monday and missed PD crashing the Sun show, check out the PHNX_sports Twitter tweeted a video of that one. That one was really funny. We just try and have some fun.
We're trying to have some fun. We're trying to have fun with it because we understand it's hard to take the season serious when the owners and management are taking it serious as far as trying to win. Not the other stuff, but the winning part of it. This is what the plan is. So if this is the plan, let's have fun with the plan.
Yes. Karen said, your shows are fun too. Thank you, Karen. We appreciate you.
Well, I tell you what, the second half, as this continues and we start doing the scoreboard watching and the standings watching and following who's going to be getting in last place and getting those ping pong balls in their favor, I think the focus of this show as the season progresses is really going to shift to what's going on in the draft, who's out there in the draft, who we after in the draft, and where this thing is going.
Yep, for sure.
So look for that in the second half.
Yes, exactly. Where are we on our punch card, Shane? I'd like to know.
Are you kidding me? Can we start doing 2 or 3 at a time? Are you out of your mind?
Okay, tomorrow night we fill out a row. We should have some sort of reward for getting through the row.
I'll bring something.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Hey, are you out of your mind? You know how much hockey that is left? Wow.
And 2 of those weeks have already had like controversy off the ice. So I'm
Yeah,
exhausted.
2 of those 3 rows.
God. That's being a Coyotes
Well, the good
fan,
news
though.
is we'll be back here
that was
in
a
less
sigh, I
than
think.
24 hours to do it all over again.
Yep, for sure. We will be back. We're here for you. Impact Therapy, 3rd of the way tomorrow
See,
night.
Karen's always looking at the positive side of things.
I appreciate her so much. Thank you, Karen. Thank you, everyone in the comments. We really appreciate you a lot. Seriously. You make the show awesome. Also, thank you, everyone who was on our breaking news show. That one was a blast as well. So we'll be back tomorrow night. If you're listening on audio, like I mentioned before, please like, subscribe, and follow, and leave us a review. We really appreciate any of that. Helps us a lot. And if you're listening on audio and want to check it out on YouTube, go to the PHNX Sports YouTube account, subscribe, hit the bell, like this video. Everything helps us grow this so we can do more awesome coverage for you. I'm glad Leah was able to eat her rice. Me too. I was so hungry.
We were worried.
And you know what? I had the leftovers from that dinner tonight for dinner. So, we're just out here doing our best. Please follow each of us on Twitter at @SPetersHockey, at Leah Merrill, at Craig S. Morgan, and the beat account at PHNX_Coyotes. A lot of great memes this week coming from that account as well. Petey tweeted a picture of his dinner at 4:45 with his AARP magazine.
Literally came in the mail today.
Literally, I was
True story.
cracking up. So please follow. You guys need to make a wedgie and veggie shirt. All right. Keep asking. Tweet at us. We'll like it. Thank you all for being here. Any closing thoughts?
No, let's get home, sleep, and get back here tomorrow and do it again.
We'll be back tomorrow night. Have a good night, everyone.